Hello everybody and welcome back to 3-2 Brew. Today we're taking on another pre-fire testing session here. I have been looking around for some decks and I played against a deck by the one, the only Tom Matowski. I'd be true on MTGO if you run across him. Great guy from at least all my interactions I have with him. Like his videos he makes. Awesome cat. But he squared up on me. I think it was it was one of the pop-ups maybe. He pulled up and cooked me with a blue-red Delver list that was like a Delver Pyromancer list. And I was like, ooh, I'm interested in that. He was like, well, you know, when you want it, come and collect, basically. Like, just give me a shout, DM me. Yeah, the other day, you know, I hit him up. I was like, hey, I'm here to collect the list. So he hooked me up. Big shout out to IB True, Tom Matowski. He will be linked in the show notes below, 110%. So if you want to check out his channel, go there. But yeah, this is looking to, it's not really a counterburn deck. I know a lot of people love counterburn, myself included. This is more of a straight up Delver Young Pyromancer deck. So we got 14 creatures, 4 Delver secrets. For some reason, someone watching this has not come across Delver. Beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may reveal it. If it's an instant or sorcery card, it is revealed this way. Transform Delver. And then Delver flips into... Let's see, can I actually see the back here? Boom, Insectile Aberration, which is a 3-2 with flying. So it's super, super cracked. You can have a turn 2, 3-2 with flying and having counter back up and whatnot. So Delver's pretty nasty. Super sick card. Always want to play with it. Was never good in any of the formats I played. So very excited to put this on the stack here. I have tested with this deck a bit and made a couple of changes, which actually I have not reflected here. I ended up cutting 2 Serum Visions for 2 Faithless Lootings, and I'm going to try that during this testing session here. So I got 2 Faithless Lootings in this deck. I got 4 Snap and 4 Young Pyromancer. Snap is great here. You got Snap Removal Spell, Snap Draw Spell, or Snap Counter. Snap is super versatile. Some games you just end up just straight up 2-1 beats, and you're just Snap with holding up Counter Spell or Removal or whatever. Snap Bolt is always a great line as well. So Snap's awesome. I'm never ever mad to jam Snap into a deck. Love it. Also have Young Pyromancer. Sweet card. Huge fan of it. 2-1. Anytime you cast instant or sorcery, you create a 1-1 red elemental creature token. This might seem super mid to people used to Modern Magic. It's not. It's super fun in this format. It can go super hard. It can give you a lot of tempo play. It's very nice. Also, Tom, this is a swap I did here. Tom normally has a Vendilion Click in here. I played a couple games with Vendilion Click in it, but I just want to try Nimble Obstructionist. I'm very interested in the Stifle side of this. Would like to be able to hit that against Storm or anything else that has a trigger that's pertinent to it. So I like the fact that I can always hit Fetch Land if I feel the need to or something. So, yeah, Nimble Obstructionist, just a card I'm giving a shot. I haven't really found a better card to fill out these last 2. Vendilion Click is obviously very good, but I'm not super in love with V-Click, to be frank. So, sorceries, I added the looting. I really just didn't like the way that Serum Visions, even though I love Serum Visions, played in this deck. It is nice to set up a Delver, but at the same time, it's just not that efficient. It just doesn't feel good in terms of cantrips. So, I added in the looting. We do have 4 Snapcasters, which is why I'm interested in the looting. If we ever need to flash it back in a jiffy, we can. It's a little bit of card advantage out the graveyard, so I'm interested in it. It's not a spell I'm probably going to cast turn 1 or nothing, but it's a spell that, you know, especially if you're in a pinch, if I'm like, you know, keeping a really bold 1-lander, which I will often do with this deck, and I draw, you know, turn 2 Faithless Looting, no backup spells, I'm just like, all right, well, let's loot and try and fix our hand. So I like the versatility I think this card offers a bit more in theory. We'll see how it works in practice. Flame Slash, 4 damage to target creature. It hits a good bit of stuff in here. 1 mana, very efficient. Preordain is just simply the best cantrip in this format. I really like Preordain. Goes hard in the paint. Huge fan of it. And then also Roast. We have a total of, I guess, just 1 Roast now I think about it. But deals 5 damage to target creature without flying. This hits a lot of different things in the format. It can take out a lot of different stuff, which is very nice. Trying to think off the top of my head, there's something with a 5 toughness that's very important to kill that I can't recall. But Roast is nice, sucks at sorcery speed, never mad to see it though. You also, it kills Gurmag Angler. That's what it was. You got 4 Bolt. Bolt's just classic. You're always going to have Bolt in a list like this anytime that it's legal. 4 Opt. This is probably our second best draw spell in the format, at least to my knowledge currently. So going to have these in the deck. 2 Spell Pierce. Just great for countering, low down fatal pushes and whatnot to protect your Delver. 1 Spell Snare. Eats up pretty much every single counter spell in this format. Like hardcore counter spells. So I like Spell Snare. I wish it wasn't so darn expensive on MTGO and in paper, but particularly on MTGO, this is where I play this. Then we got Vapor Snag. This is an interesting card. You can use it offensively or defensively. In my testing, it's protected my Young Pyromancer, which I then, could take a turn off to or turn 2 off and then redeploy it and have a bunch of cantrips and whatnot and gunk up the board. So I do like Vapor Snag a lot, in all honesty. So very interested in this spell. It's very cool. Can also shut down stuff you don't want to deal with, like, if they threw the Breach of Grizzlebrand or something stupid like that. So, yeah, it's here. 2 mana leaks and 3 remands. We originally had a cryptic command in this list, just a Lucy of them, a single cryptic command. Didn't love the feeling of that in this deck with 21 lands. So mana leak is great. Remand in this deck, I think, feels great. You remand, and then if you have the ability to snap remand the spell when they cast it again. So, ton of versatility. Mana leaks, I think, are best soft counter in the format. Like, I don't think we're going to get much better than mana leak. So, 2 of them in here. 21 lands. This was actually just straight up set up by Tom. You don't want to trust me building a 60 card mana base. I can build you a really gnarly EDH mana base and have everything set up that you need, and you're never going to miss a land drop nor mana. So that realm I'm very good at, but when it comes to 60 card, I suck. So, sideboard here, you got Ceremonious Rejection. This is very good against any of the Tron setup stuff. 2 Grafdigger's Cage, just general graveyard shenanigans. Like I said, I'm never going to leave home without my cage. 1 Rending Volley. I really like this. This actually does a lot of work against blue and white creatures. So just a couple creatures in the format that this hits very well. Surgical. Supposed to be 2 of them in here. This sideboard is a little bit different. If you see this, Tom, my sideboard is different because I didn't feel like buying a second Surgical on MTGO. When the card is more expensive than the paper version, I normally fade it. So Surgical Extraction, I only own 1 of them, so I'm only running 1 of them. 1 Abrade. I like Abrade. It's a very versatile spell. I really like it in this type of deck as well. 2 Negates. In my time testing, Negate has felt chef's kiss. Really, really like Negate. So been playing it and enjoying it. Anger of the Gods. Haven't had to actually rip through this yet. Don't fully know what this is for. Maybe this is for like a dredge setup, but I don't hate Anger of the Gods. I just don't know if I like it in this deck. Blood Moon. I think that Tom had only had 2 Blood Moons in here. I put a 3rd one in. You know what? Everybody who's watching this video, if you catch me out doing anything with a red base and I can afford it, you're going to see me Blood Moon. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm going to have 3 moons in the side and I'm going to slam the heck out of them because I love me a good Blood Moon. So just a heads up there. This Ecstatic Caster, this is a wild card. Not 110% sure what the matchup's for, but I assume it's the Mirror or Dredge or something. It's really wild. I like it. It's a card I've never seen before, and I've seen it in this list, and I was like, well, this is sick. So huge fan of Is It Static Caster. Never going to see me complain about slamming one of those on the stack. And then Tom had a Shatterstorm in here. Very interesting. Don't know if Shatterstorm is really what I want. I don't know if I'd rather have that Replicate one or the one that overloads from Commander, but Shatterstorm's in. Sick card, sick art. I'm not going to complain about it. Come on. So this list is fun. This is a type of deck that I rarely get to play. I played when I first started playing Magic the Gathering. I was playing Row's Outbursts, I think. And I was playing the Crackling Drakes. And I was just poor. Uncertain of what a deck really supposed to look like, but I just wanted to slam spells, so I was slamming shocks and quenches and all sorts of stuff. This is back in Guilds of Ravnica Allegiance type of standard era, so I have a deep love in my heart for blue-red Spellslinger as a whole. So I'm very excited to jam this through a testing. There's a strong chance you see this come up in League. I am between this and the Bant Coco. for my league deck. So very interested to see how this shapes out. Everybody, please check out Tom's channel below. Give him a sub. Great guy. Very, very excited. He's super engaging in this format, and I'm super excited to get in and jam a couple games with this. So let's get on to it. Match number 1 here against Pascal 3000. I like this hand, actually. It's an interesting one. Okay, Citadel, Opal, Welding Jar, Arcbound Ravager. All right, well, I'm going to drop in Delver. It looks like we are playing against Affinity. Okay. Ancient Stirrings, interesting. Ooh, double Ravager. That's not good. I'm not going to line up any blocks here. These have Trample? No, they do not. Preordain, yes, I will reveal that. I'll just move right to combat. I'm going to bang into him here. I will pay 2. I'm going to drop in Pyromancer. I like this. We got a Preordain, Remand. We have Nimble Obstructionist. And Looting. Up next turn. So we can kind of figure out what we want to do. What they get the first time? A Citadel? Okay. Let's see what they're going to get this time. Interested to see what goes on with this. Ancient Stirrings is such a good card. Play to get it quite a bit. Always play against Tron in my leagues. Cosimo Pini, I believe. So good. He's a very good player. I'm just, for some reason, like, I do relatively well against him. I'm not 100% sure why. I just get lucky, in all honesty. Yeah, it doesn't have Trample on it. So we should be able to clog up the board quite a bit. I don't know if they're lagged out here or what's going on, but okay. A little ballista action. They could snipe my Pyromancer. Oh, so that's how that works. Interesting. Okay. I never really knew how that worked. Okay. I'm gonna move to attack here. So it puts it on Arcbound Ravager. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I'm gonna be honest. I feel kind of stupid. A bolt would be fantastic. Probably should have preordained. I think we're okay with that. I think we're okay with that. Okay. Oh, it's graveyard or battlefield. Interesting. Just gonna grab, I think, Island here. And I'm going to Nimble Obstructionist. I'm gonna hit the Arcbound Rav worker. I'm gonna make them work for it if they want it. Spire Bluff Canal's a bummer. They can sack the other worker if they want. Yep. Put that onto the ballista. They want to burn ballista, they can burn out my insect aberration. No problems there. Okay, they're going to eat that. Okay, they're going to eat that. They're going to eat that. Oh, the modular. Oh, I see how this works now. GG's. Okay. So that's how that works. Okay. Now I know. I think I'm going to hit. Ooh, Shatterstorm. Running Volley don't do nothing in a braid. I like that. Nimble Obstructionist I don't like here. Roast I actually kind of like. Flame Slash I actually kind of like. Let me see. Delver. Mana Leak. I don't know if I like Remand as much, actually. Alrighty. I had never actually played against like real proper affinity before. So that was all new to me. Very cool deck. I think it's rad. Never knew how that worked. Makes sense though. I mean, it's kind of sick. I now want to try that deck, but oh boy. Bold Keep. It has answers that we like though. Let's try it. You know, a lot of this is testing for science, so let's see what science says here. Science says we should have mulliganed this hand. That's what science is telling me personally. Personally. What is this? This is a modular land? Graft. Interesting. Opal jar. Okay, so Opal's turned off right now. Good for your name, but I'm going to leave up Remand. See what they want to do here. Now, I did take out Serum Visions for Faithless Looting. Let's not forget that. That's a blue card. I didn't touch the mana base because I'm an idiot. So, hardened scales, that's going to be a problem. Yeah, I think we just remand that. I need to draw. Oh, I need to draw a. Oh, just in all honesty, a green or a not a green source, but a red source, like it's going out of style. Morphos, Arcbound Ravager. Oh, a Hangerback. Graft. So what? That slides over then? What a sick land. What a sick land. Bottom, top. Gonna just grab Steam Vents. Say, go on ahead. And at their upkeep, I'm gonna hit them with an Abrade. On the Hangerback Walker. I hope they don't regenerate this. I hope they let it die, and then I can just Shatterstorm next turn, land Shatterstorm. That'd be kind of dope. Did I bring in Blood Moons? I'm an idiot. Should have brought in Blood Moons. Interesting. Okay. We're getting really punished right now, and it hurts. It hurts bad. All right, I mean, let's just bolt this thing. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing we can do. I think our goose is just cooked here. I mean, we can play a Pyromancer. I can play Snap, I guess. Guess I'll just play a Snap as a blocker for next turn. I mean, this is killer. We're gonna have to Faithless Looting. I mean, we're not hitting anything. Flame slash, bolt into the bin. No lands. Yeah, that's probably going to be GG's. I mean, I can do another turn of snap chumps, but if they get an Arcbound Ravager, I'm looking really bad. Just need a red source here, in all honesty. This thing doesn't have... No, it doesn't. Alright, gonna lay a block down here. Hardened Scales is sick. I'm really glad there's actually a Scales deck in this format. It's gonna bring another snap in. Just call it Faithless Looting. Okay. What I gotta do here is play a Young Pyromancer. And I'm just gonna cast Roast on this thing. Just to give me, you know, an elemental. Move to attacks here. Get my little 2-1 beats in. I'd love it if they found a sack outlet here. That would be A+. For me, at least. Another Hardened Scales. Give me like Arcbound Ravager. Metallic Mimic. Okay. What is this? Draw 2, then discard 2. Card advantage here. Okay, Young Pyromancer. We can discard these 2. I can play in Scalding Tarn. Okay. Just gotta leave back Chumpers. We need them to hit like a sack outlet. Let them sack on the Hangerback Walker. That would be sick. Okay. Oh, GG's. I see. GG's. Good games. We got absolutely diced up by Hardened Scales. So, alrighty, let's get on to match number 2. Match number 2 here again against Pascal again. We are going to be on the play. I will keep this. Fastland, Bolt, Pyromancer setup. I like this. Let's see what they're on. Pascal's played a couple different decks against me. So, excited to see if they're on the same stuff or not. They are not. I'm going to hold these bolts. I don't want to get too hasty with them. I can fetch a tap land here. That's where Nimble Obstructionist right there. Whew. Would have had them eaten up. Okay, they can have their opt. This is a defensive Pierce, not an offensive. Unless they want to try and hit the hand. Then it becomes... yeah, here we go. Pierce on that. Sanctum. End of turn, let me fetch my Steam Vents. I really like how whatchamacallit has felt in this format. Spell Pierce. Sorry, I was just thinking about what I wanted to do there. Okay, slam down the Young Peasy. Let's see. Okay, they got a Tarn out now. So are they bug? What do we got going on here? Thoughtseize? Okay. What do you want to take? I got 2 bolts. So, not a big deal for me there. I got a Delver. That could be an issue. Who knows? Thoughtseize is so powerful. Feels less powerful in this format than a couple others. Like I feel like in Pioneer, Thoughtseize just feels like borderline oppressive sometimes. It doesn't quite feel that way in this format. I don't know if it's just better card selection or what, but Thoughtseize just felt like completely cooked when I played it. Scalding Tarn is liable to, yeah, better fetch that. It's liable to being stifled. Okay, this could be bug. All right, well, I'm going to bolt still. Okay. Gonna get in and attack. Yeah, this could be like bug, whatchamacallit? What's the death shadow? Bug death shadow? Be kind of cool. Shoot that back to hand. Let them think about that. Okay. I am gonna bolt up top here. Nimble Obstructionist, I have that both on a flash in and on a stifle. If for some godforsaken reason I needed to do that, I could. And I'm holding up Pierce. So I like the way this is feeling. Top. That sucks. Okay. I think Obstructionist is going to come down just as a flyer right here. Now I'm going to fetch, tap land. Man. Not hitting what we need to hit. Not much I can tell you. We could possibly pierce something. Don't know if we're going to get the opportunity to or not. Getting around this Goyf's going to be a bit tough. Okay, so they're going to top on their upkeep, figure out their draw. Okay, they're going to top again. I think being on the play here really helped. GG's. I don't know what this is. This is Bug Shadow or Bug Tempo. Blood Moon. I like the way that's looking. Anger, I'm not a huge fan of. I think I'm going to bring this in. And I got a feeling they're going to be on more of a control scheme. Nimble Obstructionist was pretty nice there. I like that. I like the way that felt. Let's see. We're on the draw. Spell Snare actually looked good. Vapor Snag, maybe less. Flame Slash? Hit or miss against them, I think. Probably, although I don't know, maybe... I think I'm going to take out Flame Slash and leave Roast on the basis that they might have Angler. Remand, Mana Leak, Nimble Obstructionist. I like all these. I think maybe the Lootings come out because they're toughest to cast. We're on the draw, so counters become worse. Mana Leak didn't seem terrible there, but they might have just been a little screwed. I don't think I want to take out any Delvers or Pierces. Could take Opt, but I'm not a huge fan of it. I think it would be the Leaks. We're bringing in Negates, although are Negates better than Leaks? I don't think so. Leaks worse late game? Yeah, actually, I don't think they are. Ceremonious Rejection. I really want to be able to hit a top if I need to. That's my ideal life. But we were on the play there, right? Yes. So that is a big up for us. We're gonna keep that. They can Thoughtseize, they can do anything they really need to against us. Whatever vibe they're kicking on, they can have it. I'm gonna drop a Delver. Breeding Pool intact, okay. Counterbalance. Interesting. No, I will not reveal an island. But what I will do is drop that island in. I will attack with Delver. And I think I will leave. I'm going to leave Remand mana up. I like the way that looks. So this is like bug countertop. Interesting. Okay, let's see what it is. Opt. I will do that, and I will flip. They're going to opt, see what they got going on. Okay. Might be digging for removal, might not be. I'm going to leave Remand up still. Just because I can. I want them to fetch a non-basic with this polluted delta. That's what I really want. Okay. I will opt, actually. Abrupt decay. So we know they have a 2 on there. Okay. To the bottom. Another Delver. We take that every time. Let us get in. Maelstrom Pulse. Actually doesn't, because this will also have a different name. And I'm just going to play out another Delver. They know it's a 2, so they could fetch here. See if they can get a better hit or not. Abrupt Decay again. Hey, Lamau, it's like Thoughtseize bugged. 10 step. Are they going to fetch again with Polluted Delta? Do they want an Abrupt Decay? Murderous Cut. Gonna fetch a Steam Vents in tapped. Just let them think about it. I'm gonna say no. Go ahead, have it. Okay. I want them to clear this final Polluted Delta. That's what I really want out of them. There's a Goyf. You know, I don't think it's going to be getting any better. So I'm just going to command this. They got the mana to recast it if it gets through. Opt. There's that 1 mana. I really just want to draw a card. There we go. More than anything else, I'm just looking to draw a card. They have Abrupt Decay, if that's what they're in the market for, you know? Okay. Preordain. Yes, I will. Gonna get in here. Gonna deploy a Young Peasy. Okay, we know what's on top there. Polluted Delta. I think we take a bit of an opportunity here, and we preordain. Okay. Fetching again. Collective Brutality. Let's see what happens on the preordain here. Remand. I'm going to put one of these on top and one on bottom, and then I'm just going to bolt them when I know the coast is clear here. It's a 2-drop. They have a big sweeper. It's a bit of a womp womp. I can afford to pay 2 and threaten a spell pierce here. If I get to untap with my creatures, it's kind of cooked. See, what are they going to get into here? Okay, collective brutality. That's fine. They can take my remand, which is a bit of a bummer. Gain and drain. They know I got another young pyromancer. Okay. All right. I will slam a blood moon. Ooh, I can get really funky on them here. Actually, I'm just going to drop a peasy. I'm going to drop a preordain. Hope to hit land. They put a GG in. GG's. See what goes on here? Yeah, this was interesting. They didn't have their top. So it really hurt them. Like, Blood Moon just kind of rotted in my hand, wildly enough. I mean, they only got 1 basic over there. So, really, really interesting that this is how this kind of went. I think single blind flip. Yeah, that is super unlucky. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, we took that match 2-0 versus what seems to be bug countertop. So, huge fan of that. You know, we took that 2-0. Let's move on to match number 3 here. Third and final match here. We are playing against Iron Lungs, who said he only has Dread. So we do know what he's on. I do not like this hand. I do like this hand. Okay. It's a bit slower, but I'm going to keep it. I'm going to put the steam vents to the bottom. Let's see if we can get going here. This dredge deck that he's playing is just super nasty. Yep, got the looting. It has a ton of answers. It's got a ton of great stuff. Conflagrate is just going to demolish my board. Once we get there, we're going to have to really pick our moments here if we want to be successful at all. It's going to be a tough one, honestly. I think Dredge is the boogeyman of this format. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but to me, Dredge has felt like super, super, super cracked. So it has felt very, very good. See what he wants to do here. All right, he does. Wow, got another loam then and a cathartic reunion. Foothill, he's going to be able to get back 2 lands here if he wants. I want to play just a general loam deck. Nothing even crazy. I just want to be able to play loam. I'm going to fetch here. Grab myself a nice little steam vents. I'm going to drop in a flooded strand. Okay. Prized amalgam and a shriekhorn. 3 charge counters on it. Okay. I think I need to wait till 4 mana to get Young Peasy out. I think it's going to be a negotiable topic. You know what? I actually really like this target for a remand. Just stick it back in the grip, cousin. You don't gotta think about it. You can keep the brain nice and smooth. Spire Bluff Canal and say go ahead. We can try and opt into a counter here if we want. No dredge, because there's no dredge in the graveyard. 3 corn. Okay. We can get the milling. They are milling. Stinkweed Imp and a prized amalgam, so their dredgers are back online. I know that Iron Lungs does not like PD bot. Faithless looting. I'm gonna opt here. I'm gonna put that on the bottom of my library into my own faithless looting. Okay. Narcomoeba. Yep. Creeping Chill. That's gonna be a bad drain for us. This conflagrate is gonna be a problem we need to deal with very soon. Prized amalgam's gonna come back. We're gonna take beats for a moment, but ain't nothing we can do about that. So, is what it is. Let's grab something good off the top here, please, deck. I would be very happy about that. This is red, 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 red. I guess if they have a land drop, I'm cooked on the mana leak. Maybe it was kind of a now or never thing, but I guess I'll never really know. But it is what it is. Let me keep it pushing here. I'm going to try and defend the board with my mana leak. Don't know if I'm going to be successful at that. They have a land drop, I'm not. But I did stuff a Life from the Loam on them. Life is pain. That hurts. I forgot they played Dark Blast. I'm not going to lie to you. It's completely slipped my mind. All right, it's all right. We are testing. It's a part of what we need to do. I'd like to see another Life from the Loam be cast here so I can mana leak it. No free land drops in this household. I'll let them eat a mana leak here. All right. And one. I'm going to bang up right into a Faithless Looting. We need to get some bodies out there to block. That's a bolt. I think I'm going to drop Rainforest Mountain. Play out Scalding Tarn. Hold up a bolt on the amalgam. They're probably just going to get back Dark Blast here. Creeping Chill. Creeping Chill is very good. I basically start the game at 8 health. Which hurts. What did they do? Mills that. Okay. Dark Blast. Yup. Young Pyromancer is just going to be bad because of Dark Blast. Not a whole lot we can do about it. I would like to stick this prized amalgam back into the graveyard where it belongs. How many have they hit? 2 Creeping Chills? If I fetch Shock here, my goose is cooked, but I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. Because I like the biscuits. Get me another chumper. I don't have any way to deal with their graveyard. That's the problem. I need them to like mill out. But if they mill out, I'm going to get killed by the creeping. You know what? I need that little bugger who flies. Or who, yeah, the little flying bugger. I need them. If they have a bolt here, I'm cooked. Got their lands back. Yep. Life from the Loam, go ahead. Mill 2 cards. Looting into the bin. That's crazy. Creeping Chill is very good. I always forget Gemstone Mine is in this format. Just bought some of them for Green White Ale, which I recommend. I recommend checking that deck out. I actually think it's extremely powerful. Just got to find the right list for it. It's felt very good. I think I just recently played Elves against it, and I think I went 2-0. Just so many answers to the green creatures in this format. What did they just do? Conflagrate? Yeah. Oh, it's any. Oh, GG's. I did not realize that that was any number of targets. Okay. All right. Surgical might be good. Gravedigger's Cage, very good. I like negates. Actually, I just want Anger of the Gods. We're not going to beat them in a counter war. Now we get to play What Hate Will He Have? You know what I got. Nimble Obstructionist just gets cooked. Young Pyromancer. You know, is Ecstatic Caster good? I think it might be here. I don't think Blood Moon's any good. I really don't. And I could see Rending Volley. I think we have to just remove, like, the majority of our threats. Nah, we can't do that. We can't do that. I lied. We gotta chill on that. We do, I think we could trim, though. Maybe we trim here. Little 61 card special. Anything else? Blood Moon doesn't do much. They are red based. I guess a Braid's decent removal. It's instant speed. Might be better than Flame Slash because of that. But we're down to 11 creatures. It's looking ugly. Is it Static Caster is a weird one, but it's kind of sick. I could see that cleaning up the Bloodghasts real well. I could like flash that in mid-combat, clean up the Bloodghasts. It's really interesting. I don't know if it's actually going to be effective. But I'm going to give it a shot. Again, Dredge to me is the boogeyman. I've never built a deck that was like good against Dredge. Well, this is a hand. It's a really wild hand, but it's a hand nonetheless. I'm going to keep it. Let's keep it for science. I am on the play. I still feel like I'm at a disadvantage. Look at PD Bot watching us. Look at them. PD Bot in here. Like the police. Look at them. I didn't know PD Bot actually starts watching. It's kind of funny. But yeah, we're probably going to preordain, pray for a land. If we don't hit the land, it's time to yeet some stuff away with a Faithless Looting. It's the kind of gamble that I like to run personally. So, you know, we got a Braid. There's not really any artifacts we got to worry about. That one that mills kind of sucks, but I don't think Shriekhorn's, you know, worth writing home about, really. I think that looting's going to be our saving grace here, potentially. And hopefully Preordain just gets us where we need to go. All right. What did Iron Lungs kept 7 cards? That's a scary sign. Never like to see that out of Dredge. Vapor Snag, Gravedigger's Cage. Bottom top. Iron Lungs does hate them, which I find so funny. Crazy thing is, he could just land drop right here, Faithless Looting, and just get creatures back right then and there, which is kind of crazy to me. Like I don't know if it's just me or what, but to me that seems kind of crazy. But it is what it is, I guess. So we'll see how it goes. Dredge, I've spoken to Iron Lungs about this a lot. By the way, I say it every time. Iron Lungs is a stand-up dude. Love chatting with him. Seems like he's super chill, super like down to earth, and you know, cool to talk to and whatnot. So, always enjoy it. He knows I got Gravedigger cages. He knows I love the cage. I yearn for the cage. All right, fix my hand. We will drop a Braid and we will drop a Roast. I will leave Scalding Tarn. You know, when speaking to Tom about this deck, he really didn't like looting in here, but I actually think looting lets you keep stupid hands. That's one of the things about looting I think is just highly underrated. You get to keep just really, really dumb hands. Like, there's no reason for me to be able to keep that hand. You know? Like, let's just be honest. Bloodghast, Narcomoeba. Okay. I'm just gonna fetch real quick. I'm gonna bring that sucker in tapped. Narcomoeba can come back. No matter what, next turn I will be dropping a Grafdigger's Cage. Not hitting a land there hurts bad. I am gonna main phase and opt. I will put that on top of my library, and then I will drop in a Scalding Tarn. Let's hope we can keep him under the cage here. Not really positive about it, but the Nature's Claim is in the graveyard, at least one of them. So that either means they got more, which would suck, but very possible. All right, so no claim right there. Can't remand. Can't do nothing like that right now. What I could do is bolt the Narcomoeba, which would be kind of dope. Let's see if they have a claim now. Okay. Guess he could run Ancient Grudge. It'd actually be pretty good in his deck, now I think about it. Probably should pull up his graveyard over here. Wouldn't mind hitting one more land here. Feel a lot better about life if I did. You can't cast spells from their graveyards, so both our lootings are locked off, and that's okay. Life from the Loam, they can get their lands back. That's fine with me. Get in with the Amoeba. Bringing that Narc down on me. Scalding Tarn. Gonna grab another Steam Vents in tapped. Okay. Going to clean up. They have 9 cards. Just free discards all day. Which is always crazy for me to think about. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, I think I ordered correctly. Because look, they're primarily red. They splash everything else. So I'm not really like bummed either way. I'd like to shove a remand. You know, like remand it back to their hand. That's the plan, Dan. But I can't flash nothing back with Snap, so Snap's really just a 2-drop right here with Flash, which is okay. The Creeping Chill, I guess do they discard that? They must have. Okay, begin combat. I'm gonna actually shove a bolt on this Narcomoeba. I'm just kicking it. And I'm gonna remand this. Still just kicking it. End step, I'm gonna fetch a basic. You got the blow up for the cage here? No. Actually, I don't have to worry about Blood Moon because I don't have it in. Man, oh man. We are drawing the lands half of our deck. That much I can tell everybody. I can't snap remand currently, which sucks. But again, like this is what we got to do with Cage. There's just not a real better way for us to deal with this deck. I would really like to find myself a... What is it? It's the God card, Anger the Gods. Cathartic Reunion. Okay. Conflagrate in the graveyard. Narcomoeba. That don't hit. Unless they can clear the cage. It seems like I don't know how many Nature's Claims they have. It's a mystery to me. Alright, they're shocking in blood crit. I think I'm just going to kill their stinkweed that they're about to cast. They cast their own blood gas. Interesting. I'm just going to bolt it. End step here. I'm going to snap. I need to put pressure on him somehow. Snap opt. Okay. End step okay. Wow. You want to talk about just crazy luck? How many lands have I hit? I have hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lands out of my deck. I only got 21, so I'm pretty much at half my land count. the odds to draw is like 1 in 4 right now, kind of. So, yep, Dark Blast. That's okay. We're gonna have to fight through it. Nothing I can do about it. Stinkweed Imp. That's a problem. Can't snap a Grafdigger's Cage, which is another downside of it. Obviously, as I said multiple times now. Alright, Mana Leak. That's fine. See what he gets to cast in here. I'd like to see just a random big spell. For just absolutely no reason. A lot of blood gas triggers. None of them coming back because of the cage. Stinkweed Imp gets its 1/2 beats in. Okay. Second main. They got 5 cards. I know you got something to do over there, Iron Lungs. Don't play with me. Got backup cage. Never leave home without it. We're losing the beats race right now. It's a bummer. They can continually get back Dark Blast, which is a problem for us. We need that bugger who pings. That's what we really need. Another land drop. Another stack of blood ghasts. I'm going to just put on always yield to these triggers. The blood ghast. Nothing I can do about that. I mean, they're just going to probably beat me down the fairway. Not a whole lot I can do about it. All right, finally a preordained. We'll always take this. It's a Delver and a Lightning Bolt. Delver Bolt. I'm gonna just preemptively bolt. Say go ahead. I believe that's all 4 blood ghasts. Yes. In the top half of their deck. Watch as I do. Oh man, he's funny. To be honest, same. I mean, I just can't do nothing. Like, they're just... I don't have enough in my hand. I don't even know if putting what's-his-name on top was the correct move. Creeping Chill? Okay. Well... that we can actually... that we can actually mana leak. That's good. We don't want to let them get that kind of card advantage in this deck right now. We're behind on the damage race because we have no damage coming in currently. We're about to draw Delver. Who probably is a bad draw, but I don't really care because it's a threat. And if he wants to mill over and do his thing, then he's going to have to mill over and do his thing. I have a deck full of X1s, except for that one bugger who can do 1 damage to things. I have that as well. So, yep, they take back Dark. They take back Dark Blast? Yeah, they did. Okay. Nothing we can do about it. I need a bolt to kill the Stinkweed Imp. What do I even have left in my graveyard currently? Uh-oh. Put another Creeping Chill on the stack. You're crazy for drawing them. That's crazy work. I can't believe you drew them. You had a full-blown lag out there. That was nuts. Alright. I need to kill the Stinkweed Imp really, really, really badly. And hopefully Preordain can help me with that objective. It's my own Faithless Looting. Bottom. Top. We're gonna Faith... No, actually, we can't do that. Let's chill. Let's chill on it. Let's chill on it. We'll draw a card this coming turn. Alright, combat. We have a 6-turn clock on us right now from freaking Stinkweed Imp. If he draws another Creeping Chill, we're cooked. Prized Amalgam. We need a Anger of the Gods. We need it fast. Ugh. Well, man, my MTGO is lagging really bad right now. It's a bummer. My computer is not a fan of it. Let's cast our looting. None of these do really much. I will just pass, I guess. We're gonna have to put a block down on the Prized Amalgam. If Iron Lungs is heads up here, they're gonna mill and grab Dark Blast. Okay. The fact that he drew 2 Creeping Chills was crazy. Did he mill? No, he didn't. Okay. What is going on, MTGO? You're really lagging out on me here. Snap. Target opt for the lulls. Okay. Lay down a block here. We are dead next turn. We don't draw something here. That's something, technically. This is magic as Garfield intended. GG's. They're just gonna mill over Dark Blast. Yeah, it is what it is. We lost 0-2 versus Dredge. I'm not surprised by that at all. Watch, they're gonna take this Dark Blast here. Yep. Gonna mill me out here. Or not mill me out, but they're gonna Dark Blast. Yep. GG's. They can swing in here. Let them get their beats. This was final game against Dredge. What did this teach me? I think I want to pack some more. I think I want to respect the board more, personally. So I think that these cages are great, but I think I might want another Anger the Gods in the sideboard. All right. Iron Lungs, appreciate you jamming one with me. You're a great homie. Always appreciate talking to you and having you part of this community, both pre-modern and this one. All righty, time for a nice little outro here. We ended up going not well here, 1-2, with a 33% game record on a 2-4. We lost 0-2 to Scales. We just couldn't go wide enough. They had too much picking off X1s. Bit of a pain there. Don't really know what to do about it. We went 2-0 versus Bug Countertop, I believe. Tempo and selection there was great. They, when a deck has answers of kill spells instead of, like pings and stuff like that, it goes a lot better. Especially they're not recurring, which we saw in Dredge where we went 0-2, which honestly doesn't surprise me. I'm not good against Dredge. I'll lose against Dredge every time. Iron Lungs are going to have my number till the end of the day. So I don't know. I don't tell anyone. Dredge is like, it's insane. For me at least. So let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, and maybe some changes I'm looking to make. The good is the tempo played well. When we were on tempo against something like Bug Countertop, which is a lot more fair, and I think that in general, this deck will do well against fair decks, and probably will do generally poorly against unfair decks. So I really like the way that Blue-Red Delver played on the tempo-wise. Bad for this was definitely some mulligan choices probably weren't great. I do a lot of for science in these videos, so mulligans weren't amazing. And I just had for bad notes, unfair decks clapped us. I think we need to build out the sideboard better to deal with it. Shatterstorm looked pretty good actually against Scales. I think leaving that in there is good. Is it Static Casters good? I think we want another Anger the Gods, which maybe we should remove a Rending Volley then, so there's a couple pieces in there I'm not, I would like to see swapped around. I think Grafdigger's Cage should stay, and I think we need another Anger. I don't know, we got to work on the sideboard a bit, but that's okay. This is still a developing meta. Ugly was Dredge, and basically anything that was able to kill an X1. Because, look at this whole deck. You have Delver 1-1, Snapcaster X1, Pyromancer X1, Nimble Obstructionist X1. So, Electrickery, completely cooks our deck. So I don't really know what to do on that front. That's kind of an issue I don't love, and we're gonna need, I think, more counter magic for those setups, which is obviously when we get there, if anyone's running Electrickery, we're gonna have to deal with it. But I do think that there is some play for this deck. I think this deck is fun. I think Nimble Obstructionist is not good. And I would maybe like to see it replaced with something like Bedlam Reveler or something. I'm not 100% sure yet. But I do think that there is a spot for a Reveler in here. And the prowess isn't non-zero. It's also not instantly killed by something. So, really interesting. I think this is a really fun deck. I just enjoy it. It's cool. It's enjoyable. It's a little bit more of a mindless deck. And you don't have to be great at the format to catch a win with this, I think. I played Bug Countertop and just kind of played the tempo and tried to play around counter magic or whatnot. And I'm not great at this format. If anyone's watching this and hasn't realized that yet, I suck at Modern. I never played Modern, so I don't know most of these decks, what they do, anything. Like Dark Blast, I forgot that was a card. I bet you anyone who's a seasoned Modern vet playing against Dredge that played during the time period of Dredge is like, oh shit. Oh shoot, they're gonna have Dark Blast, shouldn't play this out, yada yada. So really interesting to see me struggle through it, but I do think that there's going to be a fun deck here. Strong chance I play this through League as I continue to develop my Bant Coco deck. But I'm on the fence with it still. We'll see where we get to. I hope everybody enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun playing through this league. I appreciate everyone who played against me. It was 2 against Pascal. Huge shout out to Pascal. And huge shout out as always to Iron Lungs, who's just a top of the line chap. So appreciate everyone. I hope everybody enjoyed. And this has been 3-2 Brew. Till next time. Cheers.